والصلاة والسلام على عباده الذين اصطفى أما بعد فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم سبح لله ما في السماوات والأرض وهو العزيز الحكيم له ملك السماوات والأرض يحيي ويميت وهو على كل شيء قدير هو الأول والآخر والظاهر والباطن وهو بكل شيء عليم هو الذي خلق السماوات والأرض في 6 أيام ثم استوى على العرش يعلم ما يلج في الأرض وما يخرج منها وما ينزل من السماء وما يعرج فيها وهو معكم أينما كنتم والله بما تعملون بصير له ملك السماوات والأرض وإلى الله ترجع الأمور يولج الليل في النهار ويولج النهار في الليل وهو عليم بذات الصدور صدق الله العظيم رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي. As I told you in the last session, the first 6 ayat of Surah Al-Hadeed are very profound. The attributes of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and whatever we can know about Him has been discussed here at the highest philosophical level. Although generally Qur'an doesn't discuss philosophical issues, but because Qur'an was to be the guidance for the whole of humanity, although the nation which was being addressed at that time primarily, they were a nation of illiterate people, illiterate nation. By and large, very few people could only read or write, what to speak of philosophy and logic and so on and so on. Illiterate nation. So had Quran discussed philosophy openly in philosophical terms, it would have gone over their heads. They couldn't have followed it. So Quran, generally speaking, by and large, addresses the people at a very low level of common people. But at the same time, because it was to be the guidance for the whole of humanity, for the people of 20th century also, for the people of Iran also, of Greece also, of India also. I have named these 3 countries. Why? They have been the centers of philosophy and logic. Greece, Persia and India. Then it had to be the guidance for the Chinese also. They had great saints, Confucius, for example, Tao, for example. All these people, the source of guidance for them had to be this Quran. So Quran at certain places discusses the highest philosophical issues also, but in very generalized terms. So that a person who is at that level of understanding himself, he will stop there. Oh, here it is. And he will find all the contentment. His all thirst of knowledge will be, inshallah, it will be satisfied by Quran. But a common person will just go, he won't find that there is some philosophical question being discussed here. This is the beauty of Quran. Now this ayah, هو الأول والآخر والظاهر والباطن. He is the first and the last and the most manifest and the most hidden. وهو بكل شيء عليم. And he's omniscient, he knows everything. The last part of this ayah, so to say, we have already discussed, because this word kul is the only refuge for us to know the attributes of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And you'll find these 2 attributes, ala kulli shay'in qadir, bi kulli shay'in alim. There are 2 main attributes of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. They are repeated. He has all the power and authority. He is omnipotent. It's a very proper word. And he knows everything. He is omniscient. So these are the 2 attributes. And I told you, this word kul is the only refuge for us. We don't know the extent of his knowledge, extent of his authority. We can't have any imagination. We have very limited imagination. But to speak of knowledge, our knowledge is limited, our imagination is limited. And let me tell you, we don't have the words in human language who can give us the absolute attributes of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The magnitude, it cannot be given in human language. Now, the first four words, Al-Awwal, Al-Akhir, Wal-Zahir, Wal-Batin. This is the most difficult ayah of the Qur'an from philosophical point of view. Actually, the essence of existence, the philosophy of existence. What is existence? Existence of God, existence of this universe. Are they two separate from each other? Is God away and away and away? Billions and billions and trillions of miles away, sitting on some throne? Or he is here also? Huwa ma'akum aina ma kuntum. He is with you, wherever you are. Nahnu aqrabu ilayhi min hablil warid. We are nearer to the human, to man, or woman, for that matter. Nearer than the jugular veins, or the carotid arteries, you may call. We are nearer to him than his jugular veins or the carotid arteries. So how? He is with me also. He is on the throne also. He is nearer to me than my jugular veins also. And I told you what is zikr, istighfarullah fil qalb. Can I have him in my heart? So this is the biggest question in philosophy of religion especially. If you believe in one creator, how he created this world? Is it like a carpenter making out a chair or a table out of wood? Then the wood was present before. Then only he could make a chair or a table. That is why in Hindus, they say that God is also forever, Qadim. And Madda, matter is also Qadim. Tawheed gone. Now it is dualism. But if God created everything out of nothing, now how can we understand it? So this is the most difficult issue of philosophy. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given us here. And let me quote here, Imam Razi. We have three fundamental books on the exegesis of Qur'an. The first and foremost, three. And they are very divergent in their approaches. Zamakhshari, he bases his exegesis on grammar and literature, language, Arabic grammar, Arabic literature. Then Imam Razi, he is the logician, theologian, philosopher. From the point of philosophy and logic, Tafsir Kabir, Imam Razi is the most fundamental. From the point of view of traditions, traditional, on the traditions of the Prophet and Sahaba, that is Ibn Jarir. All the other books on tafsir you will find they are deduced from these three. Zamakhshari, it is called Kashaf, and the Imam Razi, Al-Kabir, Tafsir Al-Kabir, and Ibn Jarir Tabari. And let me quote here from Imam Razi. When he reaches here, he says, "I'lam anna hadha al-maqama maqamun ghamizun amiqun muhibun." Hushdar ke rehbar dame tezast qadam ra. Be warned, this place of Quran is very deep, very profound, very frightening. Muhib. "I'lam anna hadha al-Qur'an maqamun ghamizun amiqun muhibun." What does it tell us? Now there are two ahadith also. Some of the modern mufassirin who don't have any taste of philosophy, they cling to one hadith and they just pass over this ayah with the help of that hadith. This hadith has been included by Imam Ahmad in his Musnad, by Imam Muslim in his Sahih, from Abi Hurairah radiyallahu ta'ala an, and by Qadi Abu Ya'la in his Musnad, and Aisha radiyallahu ta'ala anha. This hadith gives us a prayer of the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. أنت الأول فليس قبلك شيء وأنت الآخر فليس بعدك شيء وأنت الظاهر فليس فوقك شيء وأنت الباطن فليس دونك شيء. Very simple. With these words, everybody can very easily pass over this ayah. Oh Allah, you are the first. There was nothing before you. You are the last. There will be nothing after you. And you are the all-dominating, Anta Zahir. There is none above you. Wa Anta al-Batin, you are the hiddenmost. Nothing more hidden than yourself. You just pass. This is one aspect of understanding this ayah. Huwa al-awwal wal-akhir wal-zahir wal-batin. The other hadith, these people don't quote, who don't have any philosophical taste. This is again from the same Sahabi, the same companion, Abu Hurairah radiyallahu anhu. It has been included by Imam Tirmidhi in his Jami' and Imam Ahmad ibn Hanbal in his Musnad. Very interesting hadith. The Prophet has been reported to have said, لَوْ أَنَّكُمْ دَلَّيْتُمْ بِحَبَلٍ إِلَى الْأَرْضِ It's sufla, لَهَبِتْ عَلَى اللَّهِ ثُمَّ قَرَأَ النَّبِيُّ صلى الله عليه وسلم هُوَ الْأَوَّلُ وَالْآخِرُ وَالظَّاهِرُ وَالْبَاطِنُ. If you throw down a rope to the lowest of the earth, because in Surah Al-Talaq Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has said there are 7 heavens and in the same manner 7 earths, although we can't understand it up till now. Maybe when knowledge goes more forward, advances, maybe then this ayah is revealed, and we should be able to understand it in full extent. So you will translate this hadith. If you are throwing down a rope on the lowest part of this earth or on the lowest earth, it will go and rest on Allah. Allah is there also. There's no place in this universe where Allah is not present. He is omnipresent. لَوْ أَنَّكُمْ دَلَّيْتُمْ بِحَبَلٍ إِلَى الْأَرْضِ السُّفْلَى The lowest. لَهَبِتَ عَلَى اللَّهِ ثُمَّ قَرَى النَّبِيُّ صلى الله عليه وسلم هُوَ الْأَوَّلُ وَالْآخِرُ وَالظَّاهِرُ وَالْبَاطِنُ. Now please, before I give you my understanding of this ayah, please note one point which is very important. At no other place in the whole of the Qur'an, this Wawul Atf, it never occurs between 2 attributes of Allah. You will never find Huwa al-Azizu wal-Hakimu. Huwa al-Azizu al-Hakim. No Waw, no Atf, no and in between. Even there are 8 in Surah Al-Hashr. Al-Malikul Quddusul Salamul Mu'minul Muhaiminul Azizul Jabbarul Mutakabbir. No Waw. 4 in Surah Al-Jumu'ah. Al-Malikul Quddusil Azizil Hakim. 4. No Waw. What does it mean? It's very important. Imam Farahi of India, as far as I know, my knowledge is not very vast, it's very limited. Maybe some other mufassir might have also said so. But as far as I know, he was the first to point to this thing, that which is very important. That among the attributes and names of Allah, there never occurs Waw. Why? Because all the attributes of Allah are present in Him simultaneously. And wow, it separates. At the same time, he is Al-Hakim, he is Al-Aziz, he is Al-Sami, he is Al-Basir, he is Al-Rafi, Al-Khafiz. At the same time, simultaneously. Therefore, nowhere you will find any wow between the attributes except this place. هو الأول والآخر والظاهر والباطن. Why? What I have understood is that this existence of universe, this creation, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala actually is using these four words, four attributes of His, as related to this existence of universe. Because whenever you use the word first of whom? When you say Antal Awwal falaysa qablaka shay'un, was there anything qablaka shay'un? Qablaka shay'un means that you have a beginning. Before you there was nothing. That means you had some beginning. No, it's impossible. Allah doesn't have any beginning. We don't have any word which can denote He was present. He has been present forever, forever, forever. There was no time when He was not there. And He will live forever, forever, forever. There's not going to come any time when He will not be there. So, we have coined, terminology in philosophy. Al-Qadim. Al-Hadis. Hadis is something which was not present before, but then it came into existence. It's Hadis. This universe is Hadis. And the contingent being, they call it in philosophy. That is Hadis. And the necessary being, Al-Wajib al-Wujud, is Qadim. He is forever, He is forever, He is forever. So actually, this universe, when it began, أول هذه الوجود هو Allah. Before it began, there was Allah. هو الأول in this respect. He is the beginning of this universe. And when this universe will be, just Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, يَوْمَ نَتْوِي السَّمَاءَ كَطَيِّ السِّجِلِّ لِلْكُتُبِ. He will just fold it. Just as they are saying in astronomy that these galaxies are expanding like this in a spiral way, and then it will go again in the counter direction and come to a point again. So actually, He will be the last. This universe exists between these two limits. It has an awwal and an end. But He is the awwal, He is the end. He is the last. And now this universe, He is the manifest and He is the hidden. As far as His person is concerned, He is hidden. You can't know Him. As far as His attributes are concerned, He is just apparent, manifest, obvious. Everybody can see Him. Through His attributes, through His creation. إن في خلق السماوات والأرض واختلاف الليل والنهار والفلك التي تجري في البحر بما ينفع الناس وما أنزل الله من السماء من ماء فأحيا به الأرض بعد موتها وبث فيها من كل دابة وتصريف الرياح والسحاب المسخر بين السماء والأرض لآيات لقوم يعقلون. Only you should have eyes to see. You'll see the signs of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. His omnipresence, signs of His omnipotence, signs of His omniscience, signs of His total and complete wisdom, everywhere. Even, a leaf of a tree, and even a small insect walking and moving on the earth, they're all signs. Everything, every physical phenomenon is a sign of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He is manifest. Let me quote here a saying of Imam Razi. Inna kamala kaunehi zahiran sababun li kaunehi batinan. Why is He hidden? Because He is most manifest. Therefore He is hidden. You can't see the sun. Why? Because you can't see to it directly. It is manifest. But when the sun, is shining, you can't see the boundary of the sun. Can you? So it is actually, it's the extreme manifestation of sun that has hidden itself, and you can't see it. فَسُبْحَانَ مَنِ اخْتَفَى عَنِ الْعُقُولِ لِشِدَّةِ ظُهُورِهِ وَاحْتَجَبَ عَنْهَا بِكَمَالِ نُورِهِ. He has hidden Himself behind the curtain of his manifestation. Not that he is hidden in that way, he is everywhere. Now this is actually, let me only refer here, there is much controversy in the Islamic world about some philosophers and saints of Islam who believe in Wahdatul Wujud, unity of being. Ibn Arabi, which some of the mystics say, Shaykh Akbar, the biggest saint, he believes in unity of existence, unity of being. Shaykh Ahmad Sarhandi from India, although Wahdatul Shuhud, but basically it is also the same, no difference. Shah Waliullah has said this very clearly, there is no distinction and no difference between Wahdatul Wujud and Wahdatul Shuhud. Both of them say that only Allah exists, nothing else exists. It's all apparent. It's appearance. كل ما في الكون وهم أو خيال أو عكوس في المرايا أو ظلال. Whatever you see in this universe, they are shades or images. They have no real existence. When you are standing before a mirror, you find you are standing behind the mirror also. Do you actually stand behind the mirror? You are seeing it, but you know it doesn't exist. There is a shadow of the earth, of the tree. The shadow is there, you can see the shadow, but you know shadow is nothing. So all existence is like shadows. كل ما في الكون وهم أو خيال أو عكوس في المرايا أو ظلال. The real existence is only of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is Wahdatul Wujud. But there is another philosophy of pantheism. Pantheism says that Allah or the creator or that first reality, it has itself taken the shape of this universe. This is kufr of the highest order. This is the shirk of the highest order. So there are many persons who confuse this unity of existence, unity of being, with this pantheism. Pantheism is kufr of the highest order. If Allah has taken all the shape, this is also Allah, this is also Allah, and I am Allah and you are Allah. Some people were so much, deceived by this idea. Somebody said, Ana al-Haq, I am Allah. What happened to him? He was hanged. It is kufr. It is irtidad. Allah is Allah. Ar-Rabbu Rabbun wa in tanazzal wal abdu abdun wa in tarakka. Rabb remains Rabb, although he might come down. He comes down every night in the small hours of the morning. There's the hadith, clear hadith. He comes to the first heaven and there is a proclamation from him. Hal min mustaghfirin fa'ughfir lah. Hal min sa'ilin fa'utiyahu. Is there any asking forgiveness so that I should forgive him? Is there anyone asking for something so that I should grant it to him? So even if he has come down to the first heaven, he is Rabb. And even if Muhammad had gone to the seventh heaven, he was Abd. Ar-Rabbu Rabbun wa in tanazzal. He's come down, still he is Rabb. Wal abdu abdun wa in tarakka. And Muhammad is Muhammad, Abd is Abd, although he went to the seventh heaven on the night of Isra. So actually, all these things, this is pantheism. That is no doubt kufr. But because some people can't differentiate between unity of being and pantheism, they are very angry with Shaykh Ibn Arabi or the like, whosoever believes in these philosophical ideas. I am mentioning only these things to you, so that whether you believe in them or not, these are questions of philosophy. It's material, immaterial. But don't please have misgivings about these saints of Islam, these Sufiya, who believe in Wahdatul Wujud. They believe in the unity of being and unity of existence, not in pantheism, none of them. So that misgiving should be removed from your minds. هو الأول والآخر والظاهر والباطن وهو بكل شيء عليم هو الذي خلق السماوات والأرض في ستة أيام. It is He who created all the heavens and the earth in 6 days. But what are those 6 days? Consisting of 24 hours? No. This day is our day of this planet. When this country completes one revolution around its axis, it is one day, and one night, 24 hours. What would be the one day of any other planet? It will be different. What will be the one day of this solar system? Just imagine. One would be the one day of the galaxy in which we are existing. What about the one day of this whole universe? Can you imagine? That is why Qur'an says one day with Allah is equal to 10,000 years in your account. There is another day, Khamsina alfa sana, 50,000 years. So here actually, what the scientists say, 6 millenniums, 6 periods of time. We can't give the exact, extent of that millennium. That is for the scientists to probe. But don't think that these are 6 days of this earth. World of difference between those. هو الذي خلق السماوات والأرض في ستة أيام ثم استوى على العرش. This is most important. Then he mounted the throne, he himself. He is controlling it. He is not only the creator, he is the controller. He is the runner. He is running this universe. يدبر الأمر من السماء إلى الأرض ثم يعرج إليه في يوم كان مقداره ألف سنة مما تعدون. This tadbir amr, he himself is doing it. Because, it's a very common idea with students of science. If you are a Muslim also, you believe in Allah. You believe that Allah created this universe. But now you are a scientist also. There are laws of chemical change and physical change and all physical laws. And this universe is going by its laws automatically. What has Allah to do with it then? He is only the creator, that's all. He created, then he is aloof. He is sitting somewhere aside. You might laugh, but this is the philosophy of Aristotle. Aristotle says, Allah has nothing to do with the running of this universe. And he says, Allah doesn't know the details. And all the philosophers, and most of the Muslim philosophers, they are actually in the line of Aristotle. He doesn't know the details. He has made laws, rules. The kainat, the universe is now going on. Just as if a football player hits the football, now it is going by itself. Now he is not pushing all the time. He just imparted a momentum to it by the kick. Now it is going by itself. So Allah just created. And he set forth a set of laws, physical, chemical, etc., etc. And now this is and biological. And it's going on itself, by itself. This is kufr, this is ilhad, this is materialism. He is not only the creator, he is the mudabbir. Yudabbiru as-sama, yudabbiru al-amra min as-sama ila al-ard. He is controlling it. Not a single leaf of any tree can move without his permission. He has given attributes or properties to different things. Water, it quenches your thirst. It is a property with it. But if Allah commands, it will not quench your thirst. Go on drinking, go on drinking, go on drinking, and your thirst will not be finished and quenched. Fire, it is the property of the fire, imparted to it by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It burns. But when there was command of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Ya naru kuni bardam wa salaman ala Ibrahim, it didn't burn Ibrahim alayhi salatu wa salam. Water keeps its surface. It's the law, physical law. But when you know the staff, the asa of Moses, struck it, it just split into two. وَكَانَ كُلُّ فِرْقٍ كَالطَّوْدِ الْعَظِيمِ. Each side, stood like a rock. Because all properties to all things, all matter, have been given to them by Allah, and they are subject to the permission of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah is not defunct, so to say, that after creation he is defunct. He has nothing to do with this universe. No. ثُمَّ اسْتَوَىٰ عَلَى الْعَرْشِ. Then he mounted on the throne. And what is he doing? يَعْلَمُ مَا يَلِجُ فِي الْأَرْضِ وَمَا يَخْرُجُ مِنْهَا. He knows whatever is entering into the earth and whatever is coming out of it. A drop of water has gone down. It has activated some dormant seed. Now this seed has sprouted. 2 leaves have come out. He knows every drop of blood entering the earth and every seed being activated by it. He knows it. يَعْلَمُ مَا يَلِجُ فِي الْأَرْضِ وَمَا يَخْرُجُ مِنْهَا. A man dies and is buried in the earth. And he will one day, he will again sprout out from his grave. He will come out of the grave. And Allah knows it. وَمَا يَنزِلُ مِنَ السَّمَاءِ وَمَا يَعْرُجُ فِيهَا. And he knows whatever is descending from the heaven, from the heights, from above, and whatever is ascending in it. What is descending? Water is descending. Rain is coming down. The malaika, the angels are coming down with the commands of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to be executed. And what is going? The reports, whatever has been done, the reports are going. ثُمَّ يَعْرُجُ إِلَيْهِ فِي يَوْمٍ كَانَ مِقْدَارُهُ أَلْفَ سَنَةٍ مِمَّا يَعُدُّونَ. So actually, he is in control of this universe. Nothing is hidden from him. So this is the concept of Allah, not a defunct Allah. Not an Allah who is creator only. He is the creator, he is the sustainer, he is the controller, and his will at every moment in time, it is his will that is actually the final and the deciding factor. وَهُوَ مَعَكُمْ أَيْنَ مَا كُنْتُمْ. And he is with you wherever you may be. He is on the throne also, he is with me also. I told you, we can't understand. He is with us, he is with me. He is in me, he is in my heart. Istihzarullahi fil qalb. Have Allah in your heart. So actually, this is his existence. Huwa ma'akum. We can't know how he is with us. But if you believe in, if you agree with the theory of the unity of being, it becomes solved. The question is solved. Actually, it is he. Let me give you an example. My person, if you ultimately analyze my existence, what am I? Minerals, cells, and then minerals and so on, and then atoms, again into neutrons and protons. This is my existence. What is this air? Also composed of the same electrons, neutrons. Only the system is different, conglomerations are different. But essentially the thing is the same. What is this chair? Again composed of the same thing. So actually existence is one. Shapes are different. So actually this is the philosophy of the unity of existence. Existence of Allah, existence of this universe. They are not two, they are one. You may call two in one. Two aspects. Essentially, all existence is Allah. But when there is a form, there is a figure, it's a separate existence. So, huwa ma'akum ayna ma kuntum. He is with you, wherever you may be. And this is the biggest source of strength for a Muslim. You might recall, when Moses with his nation, Bani Israel, when he came to the sea. Now in the front was the sea. And behind they saw, the dust. That Pharaoh with his army is coming. He's come very near. The fellows, the Bani Israel, they said to Moses, Inna la mudrakun, we are caught. What did Moses said? Kalla inna ma'iya rabbi sayahdeen. No, no, my Lord is with me. He will give me the way. He is with me. And Allah gave him the way. And what was the answer of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam? When he was in the cave of Thor, hiding himself, along with Abu Bakr radiyallahu ta'ala anhu. And when Abu Bakr saw that the mushrikeen have reached the mouth of the cave, he said to the Prophet, only if they bend and see into the cave, we shall be caught. What did the Prophet say? What did the Prophet say? La tahzan, inna Allah ma'ana. Don't fear. Allah is with us. Huwa ma'akum aina ma kuntum. If we really believe it, and if I am sincere with Allah, I know that He is also sincere towards me. He can't forsake me. So, whom to fear then? And why to fear them? This is what is called wilaya. Ala inna awliya Allahi la khawfun alayhim wa lahum yahzanun. If you are sincere with Allah, can Allah be insincere towards you? If you love Allah, He will love you. If you help Him, He will help you. If you remember Him, He will remember you. Fazkuruni azkurkum. In tansurullaha yansurkum. You love Him, He will love you. So actually, if you are a sincere friend of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, what is awliya? Friends of Allah. If you are sincere, you are obeying Him. You are not trying to cheat Him. يُخَادِعُونَ اللَّهَ وَالَّذِينَ آمَنُوا. They are trying to cheat and deceive Allah and the people who believe. But they are not cheating or deceiving anyone except themselves. If you are trying to cheat or deceive Allah, you are deceiving yourself alone, none else. But if you are sincere, He is with you. And if He is with you, إِن يَنْصُرْكُمُ اللَّهُ فَلَا غَالِبَ لَكُمْ وَإِن يَخْذُلْكُمْ فَمَنْ ذَا الَّذِي يَنْصُرُكُمْ مِنْ بَعْدِهِ. If Allah is on your help, there can be none who can overpower you. But if He forsakes you, who will then be able to help you after that? هُوَ مَعَكُمْ أَيْنَمَا كُنْتُمْ وَاللَّهُ بِمَا تَعْمَلُونَ بَصِيرٌ. And whatever you are doing, He is seen. Now just note the logical relationship. When He is with me, He is the eyewitness of everything I am doing. He doesn't need any report of the angel, does He? Then why these angels are here? Kiraman Katibin, why are they writing? Why are they recording all what I am doing, what I am saying? Allah doesn't need it. It's only so that you can be confronted with your record on the Day of Judgment. Because the axiom in this world is also, justice should not only be done, it should also appear to have been done. You will be confronted with your record. اقرأ كتابك كفى بنفسك اليوم عليك حسيبا. Come on, read your record yourself. You are sufficient to judge. Otherwise, Allah doesn't need it. Allah knows everything directly. Allah sees everything directly. هو السميع هو البصير هو العليم هو الخبير. عليم بذات الصدور. He knows whatever is there in your hearts. So He is the eyewitness to everything. وهو بكل شيء بصير. والله بما تعملون بصير. Again note please. له ملك السماوات والأرض. I gave you. You can gauge, you can guess the importance of this concept. Divine sovereignty. One of the basic corollaries of Tawheed. Tawheed is not only an aqidah. It's a polity. It's the basis of Islamic political system. That sovereignty belongs to Allah. For man, there is vicegerency, not sovereignty. Khilafa. Inni ja'ilun fil ardi khalifa. Ya Dawood, inna ja'alnaka khalifatan fil ard. وعد الله الذين آمنوا منكم وعملوا الصالحات ليستخلفنهم في الأرض. Khilafah. No more, no sovereignty. You are not the ruler, he is the only ruler. You are not sovereign, he is the only sovereign. All you have is vicegerency. And what's the function of a vicegerent? Whatever command comes from the ruler, the real monarch, the real sovereign, you have to execute it. Where there is no express orders or instructions, there you can use your best judgment. This is in essence the reality of vicegerency. Wherever there is express command, you don't have any say in it. You can't change it. You have to implement it as such, enforce it as such. But wherever there is no express instruction, you make ijtihad. You make the best judgment. It's up to you. It's a partial autonomy that is given to you as vicegerent of Allah on earth. Lahu mulku samawati wal ard wa ila Allahi turja'ul umur. Now this is another aspect of the sovereignty. All the matters are finally decided by whom? By the ruler. In the same way, all the matters will be made to return to Allah. Turja'un is passive voice. Some people have translated all the matters will return to Allah. Wrong. وَإِلَى اللَّهِ يَرْجُعُ الْأُمُورِ nahi hai, tarju'ul umur nahi hai, turja'ul umur, passive voice. They will be made to return per force, whether you like it or not, whether anybody likes it or not. They will have to be returned to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for the final judgment, for the last judgment. وَإِلَى اللَّهِ تُرْجَعُ الْأُمُورِ. That's the highest court of appeal. يُولِجُ اللَّيْلَ فِي النَّهَارِ وَيُولِجُ النَّهَارَ فِي اللَّيْلِ. He causes the night to enter into the day, and he causes the day to enter into night. What does it mean? Sometimes night is increasing, day is decreasing. So to say, night is entering into day. Or the reverse, day is increasing, night is decreasing. The day is entering into the night. But here again, passive voice. Here again, Allah does so. Not that the day is itself entering into night, or the night is by itself entering into day. Yulejo. Awlaja yulejo. Walaja yalejo, to enter yourself. If you are yourself entering, walaja yalejo. But awlaja yulejo ilajan, babul if'al, to make something enter. So he makes the night to enter into the day, and he makes the day to enter into the night. وَهُوَ عَلِيمٌ بِذَاتِ الصُّدُورِ. And he knows everything which is whatever is in the hearts, in the minds of the people, or all creatures. Now you see, his attribute of knowledge, how many times it has been repeated? Basirum bima ta'malun. He is seeing, he is the eyewitness to whatever you are doing. Alimum bizati sudur. He knows whatever is there in your minds and hearts. Huwa bi kulli shay'in alim. He knows everything. So emphasis on his knowledge. Why? Why is this emphasis on the omnipotence and omniscience of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? Please understand. The biggest, mistake that humans have done is regarding the resurrection. How can Allah revive us when we will be dead? Centuries ago, our bodies would have been disintegrated. Rizaman nakhira. Our bones also, they will have degenerated. How can we be again revived? What's the answer? Huwa bi kulli shay'in qadir. He can do everything. You believe in Allah? Yes, yes, I do. Do you believe that He is ala kulli shay'in qadir? Yes, I do. Then you have no right to suspect, to have any suspicion. When you say He is capable of doing everything, does this resurrection is not included in that everything? Was it easy to create for the first time, or is it easier or difficult, more difficult to create for the second time? Everybody knows to do something for the first time is more difficult. When you have done it once, it becomes easier to you for the second time. So why should it be impossible for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to create you for the second time? And the second, misunderstanding has been, how can Allah know all the details of what we are doing? Doesn't He have any other job to do? He was all watching me. How can He know the details? Now this, waswasa, that is eliminated. Wallahu basirun bima ta'malu. Huwa ma'akum aina ma kuntum. Wallahu bi kulli shay'in alim. Huwa alimun bi dhati sudur. Hammer it into your minds and hearts. Then all these doubts will disappear. So these are the 6 ayat of this Surah Al-Mubarakah. As I told you, I couldn't discuss in detail the philosophy of Wahdatul Wujud or Wahdatul Shuhud and so on. All that I wanted was that please make a differentiation between Wahdatul Wujud and Hamaust. Hamaust is pantheism. Wahdatul Wujud is something else. Our Sufia, our mystics, whether he is Ibn Arabi or Rumi or anybody else, they all believe in Wahdatul Wujud, not pantheism. Please note it. Now comes the second part of this surah. This is Allah. I remember the ayah. Zalikumullahu Rabbi alayhi tawakkaltu wa ilayhi unib. This is Allah, whom I have accepted as my Lord. The Allah who is being glorified by everything on this earth and in heaven. Allah, Ul Azizul Hakim, who is to whom belongs the kingdom and sovereignty of all heavens and earth, who is the first and the last and the most manifest and the most hidden, who knows everything, who created all earth and heavens in 6 days, and then He ascended the throne, He mounted the throne, He knows everything. يَعْلَمُ مَا يَلِجُ فِي الْأَرْضِ وَمَا يَخْرُجُ مِنْهَا وَمَا يَنْزُلُ مِنَ السَّمَاءِ وَمَا يَعْرُجُ فِيهَا وَهُوَ مَعَكُمْ أَيْنَمَا كُنْتُمْ وَاللَّهُ بِمَا تَعْمَلُونَ بَصِيرٌ. He is the Allah. These are the attributes of Allah. Whether you believe it or not, that's the question. Therefore, the next 5 ayat of this surah are, again, I'm using the same word because my vocabulary, English vocabulary, is very limited. I don't know another word. Most profound. What are the 2 demands from you? Only 2 demands. If you fulfill those demands, you succeed. Why are you failing to fulfill these 2 demands, O Muslims, while you call yourself Muslims? This is the subject of the next 5 ayat. Aminu billahi wa rasulihi. Demand number 1. Have faith in this Allah and His messenger. Sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. But this faith should not be limited to verbal attestation, to lip service. Real faith, real belief, burning faith, real conviction. وَأَنْفِقُوا مِمَّا جَعَلَكُمْ مُسْتَخْلَفِينَ فِيهِ. Second demand, and expend from everything in which we have given you vicegerency. Very profound words. We are mustakhlaf. We are not the owners of this body. Allah has made me vicegerent over this body. This hand of mine is a trust with me. It belongs to Allah. Inna lillah. We belong to Allah. This hand belongs to Him, not to me. I am only a custodian. These eyes belong to Allah, not to me. I am only a custodian. This body belongs to Allah, not to me. I am only a custodian. Any property, any wealth, anything I have, I don't own it. I am only the custodian. And custodianship also, I have not attained myself. I have been made custodian. Only if you could understand, you know this verb. Mimma ja'alakum mustakhlafina fi. You are maj'ul. You have been made. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has made you vicegerent over all these things. Now spend for the cause of Allah. Two demands. Have faith. The same two demands we have been reading throughout this selected course of study. What were the two demands? In the definition of a mu'min, who is the real mu'min? According to the definition contained in the ayah number 15 of Surah Al-Hujurat. إِنَّمَا الْمُؤْمِنُونَ الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا بِاللَّهِ وَرَسُولِهِ ثُمَّ لَمْ يَرْتَابُوا وَجَاهَدُوا بِأَمْوَالِهِمْ وَأَنفُسِهِمْ فِي سَبِيلِ اللَّهِ. The true mu'mins are only those who have real faith in Allah and His Messenger, then they doubt not. And they make jihad for the cause of Allah and spend whatever belongs to them. And they spend their lives for the cause of Allah. أُولَٰئِكَ هُمُ الصَّادِقُونَ. Only such people are true if they say, if they claim to be mu'min. What we read in Surah Al-Saf. يَا أَيُّهَا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا هَلْ أَدُلُّكُمْ عَلَىٰ تِجَارَةٍ تُنْجِيكُم مِّنْ عَذَابٍ أَلِيمٍ. Oh, you who believe, who profess to believe, should I lead you to the bargain, to the trade that will save you from the painful torment of the hereafter? The same two demands. تُؤْمِنُونَ بِاللَّهِ وَرَسُولِهِ وَتُجَاهِدُونَ فِي سَبِيلِ اللَّهِ بِأَمْوَالِكُمْ وَأَنفُسِكُمْ. Have faith in Allah and His Messenger. Believe in them. But you should believe as you should believe, as you ought to believe. And then make jihad for the cause of Allah. And jihad can be made with two things: your belongings, your wealth, your money, and your bodies. The same thing here. آمِنُوا بِاللَّهِ وَرَسُولِهِ وَأَنْفِقُوا مِمَّا جَعَلَكُمْ مُسْتَخْلَفِينَ فِيهِ. When you are doing infaq of mal, this is jihad bil mal. When you are spending your time, time is money. For the cause of Allah, you are spending your time, your energies, your capabilities, the intelligence that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has bestowed you upon you. All these things you spend for the cause of Allah. This is jihad bil mal. If you are spending money, this is jihad bil nafs. If you are spending your bodily resources for the cause of Allah. Because Allah has made you vicegerent. And because, please put here that ayah of Surah Tawbah. Inna Allah ashtara min al-mu'minina anfusahum. Just this ayah number 111 of Surah Tawbah. If you are mu'min, إِنَّ اللَّهَ اشْتَرَىٰ مِنَ الْمُؤْمِنِينَ أَنفُسَهُمْ وَأَمْوَالَهُمْ بِأَنَّ لَهُمُ الْجَنَّةِ. Allah has already purchased from you all your belongings and all your bodies in exchange for Jannah. The price will be paid in the hereafter. Price is Jannah. إِنَّ اللَّهَ اشْتَرَىٰ مِنَ الْمُؤْمِنِينَ أَنفُسَهُمْ وَأَمْوَالَهُمْ بِأَنَّ لَهُمُ الْجَنَّةِ. يُقَاتِلُونَ فِي سَبِيلِ اللَّهِ. That is why they are going to war for the cause of Allah. فَيَقْتُلُونَ وَيُقْتَلُونَ. They kill the enemies of Allah and they are also killed themselves. وَعْدًا عَلَيْهِ حَقًّا فِي التَّوْرَاةِ وَالْإِنْجِيلِ وَالْقُرْآنِ. This promise of Jannah, He has made thrice. He has made this promise in Torah. He has made this promise, repeated this again in Injil. And He is making this promise for the third time in Qur'an. وَعْدًا عَلَيْهِ حَقًّا فِي التَّوْرَاةِ وَالْإِنْجِيلِ وَالْقُرْآنِ. فَاسْتَبْشِرُوا بِبَيْعِكُمُ الَّذِي بَايَعْتُمْ بِهِ. So rejoice for this bargain. If you have really made this bargain, there can be no better bargain than this. بِبَيْعِكُمُ الَّذِي بَايَعْتُمْ بِهِ وَذَلِكَ هُوَ الْفَوْزُ الْعَظِيمُ. And actually this is the biggest success. Don't keep these things with you. Live for Allah, not live for yourselves. Live for Allah, not live for your family. Live for Allah, not live for your country. Live for Allah, not for your nation. Living for anything else except Allah is shirk. You live for Allah, but Allah has ordered you. He had given the rights for your family also. But if you are only giving those things which He had permitted, then it is okay. If you are giving them something more, then it is from your own nafs. Whatever rights Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has fixed. Inna li nafsika alayka haqqan. Your body has also haqq over you. Your wives have also haqq over you. Your friends have also haqq. But all of those huquq that Allah has fixed, if you fix them for yourself, then you are becoming and you are claiming sovereignty for your own self. You are not sovereigns. You have to live for Allah. Inna salati wa nusuki wa mahyaya wa mamati lillahi rabbil alamin. Just as my prayer and my sacrifice is for Allah, in the same way my life and my death is for Allah. But you have to look into your hearts, peep down into the hearts. Is this the case really? Am I living for Allah? Or I am living for myself, or for my family, or for my country? I read a poem in very early days of education. I live for those who love me. It's also a way of saying something. Why do you live? A mu'min lives for Allah alone. إن الله اشترى من المؤمنين أنفسهم وأموالهم بأن لهم الجنة يقاتلون في سبيل الله فيقتلون ويقتلون وعدا عليه حقا في التوراة والإنجيل والقرآن ومن أوفى بعهده من الله. Who can be more fulfilling his promises than Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? فاستبشروا ببيعكم الذي بايعتم به. First you have to make this bay'ah, and bay'ah is from bay'. You are making bay'ah with Allah. The Sahaba made bay'ah with Allah and bay'ah with Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Therefore we have in Surah Al-Fatih the ayah, إِنَّ الَّذِينَ يُبَايِعُونَكَ إِنَّمَا يُبَايِعُونَ اللَّهِ Yadullahi fawqa aydihim. O Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, these people who are giving this, who are taking this oath of allegiance, this bay'ah, who are giving bay'ah to you, actually they are giving bay'ah to Allah. إنما يبايعون الله. The bay'ah is with Allah. فاستبشروا ببيعكم الذي بايعتم به. But when you have sold your belongings and yourself to Allah, how to spend it? This will be told by Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So the bay'ah with is Muhammad, and because the bay'ah used to be having hands, hand over the hand. So Allah says, Yadullahi fawqa aydihim. There is a third hand, invisible hand over their hands. This was the hand of Muhammad. This is the hand of the person who is making bay'ah. And there is another hand, third hand over this hand. And that is the hand of Allah. إِنَّ الَّذِينَ يُبَايِعُونَكَ إِنَّمَا يُبَايِعُونَ اللَّهَ يَدُ اللَّهِ فَوْقَ أَيْدِيهِمْ فَمَنْ نَكَثَ فَإِنَّمَا يَنْكُثُ عَلَى نَفْسِهِ. Now after making this bay'ah, whosoever breaks it, he breaks it over himself. All the doom of breaking this bay'ah will come to him. Nothing will be. There will be no harm to Muhammad or Allah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. وَمَنْ أَوْفَى بِمَا أَحَدَ عَلَيْهِ اللَّهَ فَسَيُؤْتِهِ أَجْرًا عَظِيمًا. And whosoever fulfills that bay'ah which he made with Allah, then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will give him his ajr, azim, great reward. So these are the two demands. آمنوا بالله ورسوله وأنفقوا مما جعلكم مستخلفين فيه فالذين آمنوا منكم وأنفقوا لهم أجر كبير. Very logical, sequence. These are the two demands. Whosoever fulfills, for those who fulfill these, both these things, آمنوا منكم, who have real faith, minkum, who are minkum, Muslims. All of you are not Mu'mins. قالت الأعراب آمنا قل لم تؤمنوا ولكن قولوا أسلمنا. But whosoever among you becomes a real mu'min, فالذين آمنوا منكم. The address is to the Muslims. Whosoever Muslim becomes a real mu'min also, وأنفقوا, and then they spent whatever they had, whatever was given to them by Allah, in whatever they were given the vicegerency by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, lahum ajrun kabir. For them is a great reward. Barakallahu li wa lakum fil Qur'an al-azim wa nafa'ani wa iyyakum bil ayati wa dhikri hakim.